This is the plaintiff, Wayne Bauman. He says the defendant is scamming him on his fee for finding him an apartment and walking him through the application process. He did the paperwork to qualify the defendant, found the place, and even got him approved. He's owed $1,200, and that's just what he's suing for today. This is the defendant, George. He says he submitted applications all over town seeking an apartment and had no idea he'd be on the hook for a commission with the plaintiff on his application. In fact, he says the plaintiff was deceptive, didn't disclose the fine print details of the rushed application or its process, and forcing it upon him. He's accused of trying to step out on a commission.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff says he did hard work finding the defendant an apartment and he wants his commission. But the plaintiff doesn't have a broker's license. Problem, it's the case of we have commission, we have lawsuit.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay. Wayne Bauman, you are suing George. You've asked me to refer to you only by your first name, and Grace, for $1,200 for fees that you say they owe you and have refused to pay. Tell me what's going on.
Basically, I rent apartments.
Okay.
When I advertise them.
Is that what you do for a living?
Yes.
Do you own the apartments?
No.
Are you
I'm a property manager.
You're a property manager for some apartments?
Yes.
Okay, go on.
And the first apartment that they looked at, he claimed that it was too small for the money. They were looking for something with a little bit more space. So I made a few phone calls the same evening when I first met them to show them an alternative. When I showed them the alternative, the young lady that I worked with was already there showing it to another couple. And as they were looking at it, they were talking amongst themselves. They were really impressed with its condition, its size, its layout. And they were affirmative that they wanted to go for the apartment.
Okay.
So in doing that, I explained to him, we got to take care of the application. We're taking a deposit and submit the application. He didn't have the deposit with them. His fiance said that they didn't stop at the bank, so they didn't have the money with them, and they insisted, please, could you submit the application? I really want to go for this. So normally I don't do it without a deposit, but it's late in the evening. They're not able to get the money. So I submitted it for them anyway by their request. They filled out the application. They read the agreement. I said, be clear, read everything. If you have any questions, I can answer it. After they looked it over, they signed it. I said, do you want a kind of a summary of what you just read over? They said yes. I explained it to them. I said, do you still want me to submit it? They said yes. I submitted it to the landlord the next day. He signed a paper saying that they were approved to let them go to the next step, take the deposits. I want to give them the apartment. And
are you a realtor?
I'm a retired realtor.
Do you have a realtor's license right now?
No, I don't.
Okay, go on.
So I got the approval. I got it in writing. When I presented it to him, we started going back and forth with a little phone tag. They delayed me. After about a week and a half, 2 weeks, I get a phone call from his fiance saying, no, we didn't want the apartment, we don't owe you anything, and that's when everything went south.
Well, we don't owe you anything. Did you say to them, well, whether you take it or not, you owe me? I mean, had that subject come up already?
I did explain it to her very clear. The moment she said that she didn't want it, I said, look, you're obligated to take it. You signed an application and you have a contract with me that if I get the approval, I've earned my fee.
Okay, you tell me your side of this.
All right, well, me and my girlfriend of 2 years was, starting to look for apartments. So we filled out good 4 or 5 applications before meeting the plaintiff here. Now, till a moment ago, I thought he would, he was a man of his word. I'm hearing his testimony now, and it's a lot different than what it went down. This is how it went down. Basically, I met the plaintiff on White Plains Road, near my family, which that's like my ideal area. So when he told me, he got apartments over there, of course I got interested. So I met him on White Plains Road.
How did you learn about those apartments?
Through my wife to be. I call her my wife now, but through my girlfriend.
Did you put a ring on it?
No, not yet.
Okay, well then she's not your wife to be. Go put a ring on it. Okay, so you meet with him and you look at the apartments.
Yeah, I met the first one, didn't like it at all, run down. It wasn't due to space. It's just too much money for a crappy apartment.
Okay.
Now, he says, I have another apartment around the corner. Would you care to, would you want to see us? Of course, that's what I'm here for. So we go around the corner. Now, meanwhile, it's been raining all day. So now it's on and off. It's getting light, heavy. So we're going up the block. We see, we go into the apartment. This is more my style. This is what I want to see, a new apartment. So I'm like, okay, we looked at it. I talked to my girlfriend, and this is something we want. So I was like, okay, yeah, we're interested in taking the apartment. He said, all right, well, sign this application. So I said, right, it doesn't hurt. Let's sign the application.
Did you read it?
No, I didn't get to read it.
Why do you sign something you don't read?
That's an interesting part. I usually don't.
It's not interesting.
No, I usually don't.
It's just stupid.
It is.
So why did you do it?
I'll be the first one to say it was stupid.
Yeah, I bet you would. I'll be the second one. Now tell me why you did it.
All right, what happened, because he goes in the first property to meet up with his assistant. I guess they have words. He comes out with a clipboard. Now it's starting to...
words? What do you mean?
Clipboard with the application on it. Mm-hmm. So now it's starting to storm. So my car is parked right there. So me and my girlfriend get in. We had her daughter, be fastening her in the back. Now we're in the car. He's outside the car. He's like, giving me the clipboard, and I'm knowing he's getting wet. It's starting to pour. It's really, hard rain. So I'm reading the application out loud to my girlfriend. She's sitting in the back. And long story short, he goes, this is the short version. Let me let you know the short version because, because I bring it up. I'm like, wow, I feel bad that you're getting wet right now. He said, let me get this.
Did you sign a contract because you didn't want him to get wet?
Yeah, that's the stupidness
You
of my
can't be
part.
serious.
Seriously. Well, after a good
So you didn't
hour
read
of
what you signed?
talking religion and stuff,
let's look at, no. You're a big boy, put your big boy pants on.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'll be the first one to say.
Okay, well, no, you're not the first one. You're the first one asking me to release you from something that you signed where everybody else has to abide by contract they signed, but you shouldn't because it was raining. Okay? Got it. Let's read the contract. It's basically 4 inches. The rest of it is all a bunch of signatures, and it's tiny print.
Yes.
I explicitly understand, acknowledge, and agree to all of the following terms and conditions. I will pay to Wayne Al Bauman, here and after Wayne, $1,000. Did you get that far before the rain got to? You didn't get that far. You couldn't read the first sentence of what you were signing.
That's the first sentence on the 3rd page.
Show me what you got.
The application I got that day was at least 2 to 3 pages long. I didn't even get to the second page.
Let me see the entire thing that he got.
That's what he emailed me when my wife when we got caught with it was a book.
This is their application.
Then don't sign it. Tell him I'll take it off.
I should have let him get wet.
Of course not.
I should have let him get wet. 33.
All right. So now, did the parties sign a lease? It never got that far.
No,
never got that far.
Okay.
Because in that first meeting of the day, we told him we only got the month, the security. We don't even got your
At that time, though, did you still think you were taking it? Or by then you'd already decided on the other?
No, that day we was like, yes, if we would take that apartment, if we qualified for that apartment, that's what we're thinking we're signing for.
The landlord picked you, and are you happy?
At that time, at that
moment you're happy, but then some time passes, you don't have the, you either don't have the money or you tell him you don't have the money.
I'm happy and like nervous and scared at the same time. Like, wow, he approved us fast. We don't have your money. We don't have his broker's fee. We only got the landlord's money.
What broker's fee? I thought you didn't read that part.
No, I knew we had to pay him a broker's fee. I just didn't know that we was obligated to pay him upon signing that paper. I thought we pay him when we signed the lease.
All right.
So, and
interesting point. Go on.
So basically, when he tells us that, I told him my financial situation, and he says, well, let me work out a deal with the landlord. Basically saying, you can give me my broker's fee, give him a month, and he'll wait on the security or something like that, So that's when I said, all right, fine, if you can work that out, I mean, that's all, between you guys, if you can work that out. But right now, what I'm saying is, I don't got your money right now. I didn't expect it to go down this fast.
Did you ever meet the landlord?
Yeah, we met him that day that we seen the place.
All right, so the time comes when you tell him we're not taking it. What does he say?
He says, oh, well, that's a conversation he had with my girlfriend, and she said that we already took this, we already got, our eyes over here. They accepted our application, and matter of fact, they called us back. That's what made us take it.
Okay.
The fact that it was cheaper, and...
All right. Let me ask you a few questions. Because first of all, let me just say to you, George, that at the age of 33, you really need to not be such a baby, okay? You need to know what you're signing when you sign it. You need to stop coming to me with your baby excuses about how it was raining, it was dark, it was blah, 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 and somebody put a gun to my head and made me sign, because you are a big boy and you ought to know what you're signing.
Yes.
If you want to play house, okay, and you're going to go into all these roles now, then you need to read what you're signing.
Yes,
okay? Now, having said that, let me talk to you, Mr. Bauman. You know that in this state of New York, you need to, if you act like a broker, you need to have a broker's license. You know that, right? Yes or no?
For most people, yes.
Okay, but you're special, and why are you special?
Who here has ever signed a contract without reading it?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
You got in trouble because you did that?
Yes, I did.
What happened?
Well, the contract said that it would be done in 2 years, and then when you sign it and it ends, they make you sign another one saying that it's done, but really it's on for another 2 years.
In other words, what you're saying is they got over on you because you didn't read it.
Exactly.
Such a lesson, everybody, going inside the courtroom.
My citizen status is a little different than everybody else's.
Your citizen status.
Yes.
What are you referring to?
I'm not a resident of the state of New York. I'm a citizen of New York State.
I don't know
And
what you're
under
talking about, and I don't care, because
Okay.
I have to apply New York law, okay? And I'm talking about New York law. You need to be a broker to broker. What's your answer to me on that?
I had a broker's license and I stopped using it.
And?
And once I learned that I have no limitations on my ability to contract my labor and my services, I continued without it.
You are wrong, okay? The better answer for you to give to me is, Judge, I'm a finder. This is a finder's fee. That's the better answer for you to give to me. But even if you'd given me that answer, I would then tell you this. No, you're not. Because a finder is someone who puts two parties together, and then if there's a deal, to wit in this case, a signed lease by both parties, a finder has earned their fee. That's a finder. A finder doesn't work for either side. A finder is just like a mover and a shaker who facilitates two parties. You are not a mover and a shaker facilitating two parties. You're a guy who works for the landlord, okay? And you are renting out only landlords' apartments, okay? And those are the people who you work for. You are acting as a broker. And a broker cannot be a broker, all right, act like a broker and get a broker's fee unless he is licensed. And you are not licensed. I mean, I started to read the first sentence of this contract. I hereby agree to pay you $1,000. Let's keep reading. $1,000 to locate a livable dwelling for me in this state or any other state of the union. So apparently you're agreeing to pay him $1,000 even if he finds you an apartment in Georgia that's livable. You don't have to agree to actually get that apartment. You don't have to like the apartment. It just has to be livable. Or any other, and it doesn't have to be here. It could be in any state in the union by means of his or any other resources, blah, 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 blah. I mean, come on. I mean, this is like an incredibly unconscionable contract to begin with. And it makes you, this is so probative of the fact that you're a broker and not a finder, because no matter what, you're collecting your fee, and you're collecting it for renting out specific places that you are the property agent for. You need to get your broker's license active again if you want to do it. My verdict in this case is for the defendant.
Well, Mr. Bauman, you are not a broker and therefore not entitled to broker's fees. What's your reaction to the outcome of your case?
Well, my reaction is I'm a little disappointed, because if she would have read the whole contract, according to Hale versus Henkel in 1906, my power to contract is unlimited, and therefore she acknowledged unlimited. That contradicts a Supreme Court ruling in 1906. So I'm quite disappointed with that decision. She didn't read the whole contract.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right around the corner there, sign another contract. All right, so step right on in here. How you feel about the outcome here and what you had to go through with this?
I feel it was fair. I mean, she actually heard what I had to say. I do agree with her. I should have never signed. I don't usually do that. I don't sign anything without reading. I do, but I'm glad she heard my case and came up with the decision.
You're very lucky on the outcome here after signing like that. I mean, she gave it to you first, and then she turned to the plaintiff and told him he lost the case. But you learned your lesson?
Definitely. Let him get wet next time. I'm not signing without reading.
Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, you know what? There is a reason people give you these long contracts, and usually it's to compromise your rights. They're never writing these long contracts to help you. So you should always think about that, and when you just want to sign and resist the hard work of going through it and reading it, remember it will so hurt you if you don't, because you can always negotiate it until you sign. That will do it for this case. Litigants, for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.